I want to talk to you about willful ignorance in social media and how it's really damaging the social media experience for the good people out there who really want a positive social media experience. That's coming up next. One of the increasing frustrations that I think a lot of people feel with social media is, and it's especially acute around the time of political campaigns, particularly every 4 years when the presidential campaigns are in full swing. And that's where we are right now, especially as we get toward the summer of 2020. Many of us are being inundated with all types of political ads. We're being inundated on our social media platforms with all kinds of partisanship as it relates to many of the issues that are going to be hot button during the presidential campaign, which really is going to continue to heat up. Some of the candidates on the Democratic side that are vying to go against the current president, they are starting to drop a little bit, and the herd, so to speak, is beginning to thin. And we're going to get a little bit closer to that one candidate that's going to be going up against the current Republican president. And so when you look at what we see many times in social media, even when we're outside of a presidential election cycle, we see a willful ignorance in that people will comfortably share stuff either that they know is untrue or that they even suspect is untrue. They are more than comfortable to share it, to put it out there with force. They are willing to advocate for something even when they know that it's simply untrue. And it's because it fits their political point of view. And because it fits their political point of view, they're willing to just put it out there and argue it right down to their last breath. And because it's social media and because you're detached, so to speak, from the person that you're engaging with, that you're arguing with, you feel more of a sense of comfort to just go full blast, to go ham on the person that you're arguing with or the people that you're arguing with. And these are people that no matter what truth you put back in front of them, no matter what fact checking you put out in front of them, they're simply going to not accept it because they believe what they want to believe. They believe in their candidate. They believe in the political party that their candidate stands for, and nothing is going to change their mind. So what is this doing to the social media experience for many people? Well, for many people, it's creating a very frustrating social media experience where you're having to block people, where you're having to unfriend people, whether you're having to unsubscribe from their feed. Many things are happening, and thankfully, social media platforms such as Facebook and Twitter, and they give you options to be able to separate yourself to differing levels from people that you just simply don't want to deal with anymore because they're just either annoying you or they're just pissing you off to some degree, greater or lesser. So take advantage of those resources that are there for you to separate yourself from the negativity, from the cesspool of negativity that sometimes infects our social media feeds. You don't necessarily have to subject yourself to that. You can easily separate yourself from it. And your mental health and well-being, in many cases, will thank you for it. You'll have a more enjoyable social media experience, and you'll realize that you don't have to be friends with everybody that you know. Because there are people that you may know through work, there are people that you may know through church, there are people that you may know who are your neighbors. But that doesn't necessarily mean you need to be social media friends with them, that you have to follow each other on social media. You don't necessarily have to. And this also applies to your family members as well. In many cases, perhaps more so to your family members who you may love them and you may love seeing them at different family functions, but that doesn't mean you agree with them politically, and it doesn't mean that you want to connect with them to see the things that they are going to be pushing out, especially when it's of a political nature and it's hyper partisan, and sometimes it's very biting and very negative. Sometimes you just want to separate yourself from that, and that's fine. Use the controls that are out there to help you have a positive social media experience. Separate yourself from people who are willfully ignorant and will post negative stuff that is simply false, especially these people who know that what they're posting is false or strongly suspect that what they're posting is false. Because if you can't reason with them on something where you can prove without a doubt that they're wrong, then there's probably not much left for you to build on in terms of a social media relationship. Maybe you're better off just engaging with that person at church, engaging with that person at work, or engaging with that person in family functions, but you don't necessarily want to subject yourself to the things that they have to say, especially when it's negative or of a political nature, both, or something else that you just simply don't want to tolerate. So use the tools that are out there and that will help you help yourself have a great social media experience.